up, though? And welcome to the Boss Up, Boss Up, Ball Out podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. It's your man, Curt. On today's show, we look at keys to victory for the Lions versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Do me a quick favor. Like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. If you're enjoying the content, please subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers and currently sit at 1860 if you're new to the channel. This is how our show works. We look at Lions headlines, news, or takes. If we agree, we say they are bossed up. If we disagree, we say they are balled on. We give our take on why we agree or disagree. But for live shows, we do a little different here. If you agree with what I said, put hashtag bossed up in the comments or hashtag balled on. And if you disagree, tell me why. I'll put it on the screen and we'll talk about it together. No hot takes here, just natural debate and our true thoughts and opinions about our favorite team, the Detroit Lions. Now, before we get into the topics of the day, let's see who is in the chat this morning. Bo Booth is in the building, man. Good morning, Bo Booth. Good evening, wherever you may be, bosses. Thank you, my man, Bo Booth, for joining the show, man. I know everyone's probably coming over at the end of the Lions Talk Live. So, come in, hang out, have some fun. And let's get into what we're going to talk about on today's show. All right, first up, we're going to look at, this is the topics for today, keys to victory on offense, keys to victory on defense, and Lions team news and notes. Got some catch you up on some news and notes, man. We're going to do our show, our game predictions is going to be tomorrow morning on Saturday. So make sure you tune in tomorrow to check that thing out. All right, so on the offensive side of the ball, right? This is what I see. All right, they need to pass the ball to set up the run. The Bucs have a good front seven and are banged up in the secondary. So Goff should be able to take advantage of some of those matchups, and it will force a lighter box. So you have lighter box. That means, that front seven is a little lighter because you got to bring in extra defensive backs. They need to open up the run because we know Ben Johnson is a pro at setting up that pass to run where you can look like a pass play, and then all of a sudden it's a run play. So I think that they can take advantage of that versus the Bucs with the injuries to that secondary. Lost their all-pro safety, Antoine Winfield Jr., and you look at their starting cornerback, Bryce Hall, that came over from the Jets. They just banged up in that secondary. And another guy is reportedly he's going to play now. He had a concussion, but he had a full practice yesterday. But you look at it, you pass the ball in this game because the matchup that dictates it that you pass the ball to set up the run, which means the next point is you get St. Brown and Sam Laporta more involved. St. and Laporta led the team in receiving in that division round playoffs, and there's no reason why they can't do it again. Again, those injuries, they can create mismatches, and that's in that back end of the Bucs defense and cause it to be where they can take advantage of that. We all know that Levante David is usually going to be matched up on Sam Laporta, so you can get him off of Laporta when you open up those shots down the field as well. Talking about deep shots, keep taking deep shots with J-Mo. Waymo has the speed to take the top off of any defense. I mean, you saw what he did in the regular season game versus Tampa last year, where he just took the top off the defense down the field, and there's no reason why he can't do it again, just because of the fact that what's going on with that Bucs secondary. Now, have no doubt in your mind that Todd Bowles is going to scheme up some defense. They play all kinds of defenses in Tampa. They just don't play Tampa 2 anymore. They play a lot of different defenses in the Bucs system with under Todd Bowles. So you look at this. You look at what the Lions are facing. Of course, they are going to have some advantages on the offensive side of the ball because of the injuries to Tampa. But make no mistake, Todd Bowles is going to have whoever's on the field ready to go and ready to play on Sunday. But we should be able to take advantages of a lot of things on offense. Ben Johnson should be able to scheme up a lot of things. So you look at it, and it should be a favorable matchup for Ben Johnson and his crew on the offensive side of the ball. Let's get back into the chat right quick. Tell me what you think. as far as what you think for the offense, the keys to victory. If you have a separate one from mine, let me know in the chat. So what we got? Good morning, Boss Up Ball Out family. Thank you, my man. Vote your conscious Perryman 24/7. Okay. Hey, my man, the Dr. Detroit. He is always in. Of course, man. The doctor comes on, man. Boss Up Ball Out crew. What's up, Bo? That's Uncle Buzz one. All right, Bo Boo says, Waymo J-Mo. Of course, man. I expect Waymo from J-Mo in this game, man. More of the same. I'm bossed up Flintstone. What up, though? Dimitri Stewart. What's going on, my guy? Brent DeWitt, my man. Fellow veteran. Salute to you, J-Mo. The man on the mission is getting warmed up. I believe so, man. I think he's gonna have a really, really good season this year. I don't think week one was a fluke at all. I just think that this is more with what we've been hearing from the Lions coming out of the My Performance Center, what he's been doing. He did all in the off season in the camp, and it's just spilling over into the regular season. All right. Amy Spry says, good morning, Curt, the man. Boss up. That's right, man. We boss up here on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast. Boss up Ball Out UP of Michigan Doe Crew. Good. Go Lions. Of course, man. Thank you. Definitely. We caught two tough teams to start, but that's the way we boss up and ball out. Of course. You know what, though? Because you look at it, right? It's those tiebreakers that can have where we can win these two games, and down the line, you definitely can say, hey, we have two wins against guys that teams that were at the top or near the top of their division. All right, J-Mo is that guy, man. J-Mo is that dude this year. I agree with you, man. You look at this young fella, he's just more mature. He's attacking the game as a professional, and he's looking like the J-Mo of old, that what we saw at Alabama, but just a crisper route runner than he was in school. And he's know where he needs to be. He's there, and he's making plays. So I love what's going on with my man Jameson Williams right now. All right, morning, man. I said, who could do what's going on, man? Hey, like the video, share the video, and definitely comment on the video, man. All of these things help us get this Lions content to more fans like yourself. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me right here this morning, live on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast. Now it's time to kind of move over, because we can't talk about offense without talking about the defense. But we have a couple more comments. So let me see what we got here. All right. Good morning, Curt. My old coach used to say the key to winning was score one more point than the other team, and he was serious. Absolutely. You look at the playoff game last year, 1 point. That's all it took. Excuse me. Going to see a lot of dink and dunk, how to counter it. I think you might see that from the Lions, and you might see that from the guys over in Tampa. So let's see what's going on with that. All right. Good morning. Morning to all the Bucks. Bring on the Bucks. Okay, King SJ, my man. Appreciate you coming through, man, hanging out with us. Knuckles to the sky, because J-Mo is the guy. Definitely, I appreciate that, man. All right, let's talk about defense, man. Definitely got to talk about defense, because it's going to be a slobber knocker, definitely on Sunday, and because the emphasis is going to be on stopping the run. The Tampa ran for 112 yards last week versus the Commanders. They are committed to running the ball. Now, Detroit must slow their run down and make this team one-dimensional. I believe that they were gonna, you got a guy like, what's the big fella's name? Rashard White, and they got another good running back there. But you have to slow that run game down, and you have to make them one-dimensional. Now, it's dangerous making them one-dimensional, because one thing you have to do if you're going to make them pass the ball is speed up Baker Mayfield's clock to help the secondary. Now, DJ Reader and Aleem McNeil need to provide pressure in the middle of the defensive line. Tampa's interior offensive line was ranked one of the worst in the league last week in pass protection. I believe one of their guards was rated like a 41. The other one was like a 50, and the center was like at a 60 for last week in their pass defense. But luckily, they were facing a very good pass rush in Washington. So they're going to face something different, especially in the interior this week in Detroit. So we know that when Baker Mayfield is pressured, he makes errant throws and turns the ball over. but you have to be careful with speeding his clock up because he's good with his legs. But if you can get good pressure on up the middle and condense that pocket and make it where it's smaller and definitely set the edge, you can definitely get some turnovers from Baker Mayfield. And the last thing is tackle, tackle, tackle. It was bad last week. Some of the missed tackles, especially in the open field. And he said that during his press conference, a couple of his press conferences this week, that we need to tackle better. Tampa is a physical team. You look at some of the big guys they had. I just talked about him. That will just run through arm tackles. Rashad White, he's 6 feet, 214-pound running back. He will definitely run through an arm tackle. And of course, Mike Evans, man, he's the same size as Megatron. We know what a guy that size can do. 6'5", 231 pounds, can break tackles and definitely make big plays. So looking at that, give me your keys to the Lions' victory on the defensive side of the ball. All right, so JDC, well, we have an offense built to destroy teams. I believe that. The Bucs stop here. Hey, the Bucs won't even get here. Okay, I feel what you're saying. Dink and Dunk needs to jump the pattern and will help behind you. I believe that we have a couple of safeties that are very good at help coverage with Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph, man. And I really love the way people knock on him for some reason, but I love the way Kirby Joseph plays, man. He's a marvel at turning the ball over, and he loves to bait quarterbacks into bad throws, and I think he can do it again on Sunday. JP Page too. How to speed up the Bucs? Go ahead by 10 and force them to move the ball. Of course, man, you're gonna have to attack their defense. Playing from behind for the Bucs is an actual issue. They like to play from ahead. But if you get out in front of them, man, it's hard with their offense to play from behind because you can limit them making one-dimensional, man. And if you cover Mike Evans good and Chris Godwin, you have a chance to go ahead and put the brakes on that offense. All right, if I was Tampa Bay, I'd be rolling Baker out more often than not. Yeah, I agree with that. But the one thing I would say that you're going to have to roll him away from Hutchinson because Hutchinson has improved his play on rollouts. You just can't roll out on Hutch no more, man, because he learned in his rookie season how to defend those rollouts. So I guess you better roll out to Davenport's side or whoever's playing on the other side of the defensive line. All right, Hookadoo, once they jail. Yep. Yeah, of course, man. Of course. All right, hit the like button, man. Thumbs up for the Man of Steel. I appreciate that, man. Thanks, Dimitri. I appreciate it. Yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, man. I appreciate you guys, man. We're trying to grow this channel, man. We're getting close. We're growing it, and keep on tuning in to the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, right? All right, I hope we blitz all day. And that's coming from my man, Coach Dan, over at the Lions Talk Live. Yeah, it would be nice to blitz Baker Mayfield. Speed his clock up. Speed his clock up. I think we can bring some extra guys on him. He's not a Matthew Stafford. He's not going to get the ball out in 2 or 3 seconds. That's just not his game. He's not that accurate of a passer to do that. So, and that will be a way to get him to turn the ball over if you speed his clock up. Definitely. Blitz Wooberg. Here we go. Of course, man. Thanks, man. Bo Booth. All right. And well into the night, Coach. Of course, man. Dimitri Scott says we need to just run the ball. The only problem with that is that big dude in the middle of that defense, man, is Vita Vea. You just can't. That dude is a brick wall. So you're gonna have to, like I said, I think you pass the run because you have a great front seven over there, especially with some of those linebackers. And if you can get one of those linebackers off the field by passing the ball, then you open up some running lanes with a lighter box. That's just me. All right, King SA, it's a winnable game. Don't want to take the Bucs lightly either. No, definitely the Bucs are a tough team to play. You look at the way those guys play; they are tough. They are physical. They have a very good defense, man, and they have a capable quarterback over there. If you give him time, he could definitely eat you up. He's just not the Matthew Stafford type of guy that can do that. But all right, pressure. Blitzburg, Baker all day. I believe that as well, man. My man, Brent DeWitt. All right, who could do? Hey, Coach Dan. Okay, Coach Dan is in the building. All right, Broski Bear is over here in the building, man. Lions Talk Live. That was a week on your show. I guess you're not a Lions cheerleader. You got blocked. I mentioned something about Lions schedule. You start crying, man. Broski with the Moski. Always coming over here with his hot takes, man. But hey, you know what I'm saying? We definitely look at what he has to say, man. All your opinion on any given Sunday. Can't take anyone for granted. Yes, I am not taking this this game for granted at all. We're going to talk about more tomorrow on our pregame show about how the Lions are favored. So tune in tomorrow for that special our special pregame show, preview show of what's going to happen tomorrow, and we're going to give our score predictions and everything tomorrow on tomorrow's show. All right, Broski Bear, Lions Out Loud. Okay, we're not gonna look at that. That's something personal between you guys. All right, Broski Bear, like I said, man, winners have it easier. Okay. All right, definitely 100. All right. All right, bro. Broski, I'm gonna, hey, you just, yeah, we're not doing that on today. All right, W in the middle is DJ Reader plus. Yes, I definitely, I think it's a win for us to have him indefinitely in the middle of that defense, man. All right. Phil, now you know you be banned, broski. Stop pushing. Hey, we're not entertaining none of that stuff this morning right here on the show, man. We're gonna keep it positive, we're gonna keep it light, man. And definitely nice weather we're having. Yes, it is nice and raining here in North Carolina. So yeah, we have some nice weather here. Lions Talk Live, GM, bro. I did save the YouTube this morning. Okay. All right. So moving on from that topic. All right. We're moving on from the broski talk this morning, man. Yeah, we're not doing that. All right. I gotta, y'all know I have a son that has autism. I gotta go check on him right quick, man. Please enjoy this quick message to all of you guys. Right quick while I go check on him to make sure he's okay, and I'll be right back. I'm back. See me stumbling here, but I had to go check on my man right quick. But now I am back, man. And now let's get into our last topic for today. Let's look at our news and notes for the Detroit Lions before our upcoming game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, so the Lions signed Kyle Peko definitely to the active roster this week. You're looking at that. It was one of those things that was the big discussion with who was going to get that last roster spot, and it's Kyle Peko. He's just going to make that defensive tackle rotation a little bit better for the Detroit Lions and for Terrell Williams. And Hall of Famer Joe Schmidt passed away yesterday, man. Member of the championship teams, and he's just is going to be missed. And he's one of those guys, man, that he was part of the glory days of the Detroit Lions. So back in the 50s. So yeah, definitely going to look at that. And it's just a sad day. Now let's look at the practice report for yesterday. And you look at what happened yesterday at practice. Looking at the last 2 days. Let me pull it up, make sure you guys can see it on the screen. We have Marcus Davenport missed Wednesday and Thursday with a groin injury. With Davenport being a little older, he's not old, but he's an older player, and he has a long injury history. I think the Lions is being cautious with the defensive tackle. Defensive end. We'll have to see if he practices a day to get a sense of the extent of his injury. Safety Ifatu Melifonwu, iffy, is still out with that ankle injury. I just don't think he plays until probably week 4 or 5. Right tackle Penei Sewell missed the last 2 practices after getting his ankle rolled on Sunday. He spoke on Wednesday to the media. He said it was just precaution that he wasn't practicing. They're just probably going to hold him out. You probably see him out there in a limited capacity today. Safety Kirby Joseph will return to practice after missing on Thursday, after missing practice on Wednesday with a hamstring injury, but he was a limited participant. Wide receiver Isaiah Williams was limited on Thursday with an abdomen injury. Jameson Williams had that ankle rolled up. We all saw, that in the tackle. So he was limited on Wednesday and Thursday after he got the ankle just kind of tweaked a little bit on Sunday. He looked good in drills, though. A video posted by John McElroon of Detroit Sports Podcast, man. So that was a nice little video of him running routes and getting back out there. So definitely a more lengthy practice report for the Lions. We're going to go over both teams tomorrow, so make sure you tune in for our pregame show. So just come in and hang out and have some fun, man. Yeah, man. Excuse me. I tripped coming back to that chair, man, but I had to make sure. My son with autism is 27, Curtis the third, man. He is the joy of my life, man. I just gotta make sure I check on him, man. If I'm down here recording, man, or doing the show, I just gotta make sure I check on him, make sure he's cool while I'm down here getting, talking Lions. Getting Lions trained back on track. We seem to have run over a bear slight process. Cleaning track, man. All right, RIP Joe Smith. Sure enjoy watching you play. If you're old enough to you watch Joe Smith play, man, you are a lifelong Lions fan. I'm not old enough to see Joe Smith play. I just know he's a Lions legend, and he was part of the glory days of the Lions back in the day. All right, back in the 12 game days, Joe Smith, black and blue division. Yeah, that was the black and blue division for the Detroit Lions, and that central, what is that? The NFC Central. Back in the day when it was the same guys, and you had the Bucks was in there. It was at a big division back then, man. All right, Joe Smith and Paper Lion. Yeah, Paper Lion. I remember that. Yeah, Paper Lion is a good movie. All right, Joe, RIP, rest up, guy, to him and his fam. Yeah, definitely. Joe Smith looked like a beast. Yeah, he did. RIP Joe Schmidt, man. All right, man. So here's my question to you guys, because we're going to do our thing tomorrow on a recorded show. Give me your score predictions, man, and I'll put them on the screen. We'll talk about them right quick, man. So hit me up. Joe played and later coach. Yes, he did. RIP Joe Schmidt from Courtney Nicholson. So in the chat, put your game predictions in the chat, what the score is going to be. We'll put them on the screen. We'll go through and talk about them, man, because, this is the game that we can't take lightly. We all know that the Lions are a heavy favorite this week. So let me know what your score prediction is. All right. So JDC Magic 8 Ball Dimitri Scott says 30-17 Lions. All right. JDC says Magic 8 Ball says Lions 30, Buccaneers 19. That's a weird 19. That's a weird score. I like it though. I like it. Maybe Tim Patrick can make a big difference. We'll see. We'll see if we get that big body receiver back on the field, man, for this game. 27-21 Lions King SJ. All right. 30 Hokudu says 34-20 Lions Roar. I hope so. All right. 35-17. One of those games I will get it right. One of these games I get it right. Yeah, of course, man. All right. 38-20 Lions. That's 38 points is a lot. We put up 26 last week, and that was kind of a clunker. And definitely. Here's a good move. That's a big wide score from Michael Laughlin, 42-14 Detroit. Man, that is some wide range of scores, man, for this game. The Lions are favored by 7 right now, so we'll see. All right, Lions at least one more than Tampa Bay, man. Whatever gets it done there, Uncle Buzz, whatever gets it done. I feel you, man. 1 point. That's all you need to get a victory in the NFL is 1 point. We'll see. 7-point favorites is 7. I believe it's up to 7.5 right now. If you look at what the betting line is at ESPN Bet, usually where I get that's the sports book I use for the show. And I was like, wow, that is just crazy. I didn't think the Lions would be favored by that much in a game this early in the season, especially against a playoff team. Right now, yeah, they're a 7.5-point favorites. The over-under is at 51 points. Man, that's going to be a shootout. They talking about it's going to be a good scoring game, but Lions are a touchdown favorite. All right, Terry, envy by most Crosby's 30-24 Lions. Okay. Bo Booth says 2 pick sixes. We're good. All right. 31-24 Lions defense still gelling Detroit. Okay. I feel what you're saying. All right. Just win the next game all the time. Definitely got to make sure you win the next game. You look at what's going on with them in the Motor City right now, man. I am so excited about this team. You look at this. You thought last year was you had the excitement last year, but even with more focus on being a championship caliber team, not just from within the city of Detroit, but it's the exterior rankings and people believing in Detroit, man. We haven't had that in Detroit since I've been a Lions fan. Because even in that the last time we went to the NFC Championship game back in the 90s, the Washington team was a juggernaut, and as in we didn't have a shot in the NFC Championship game, man. That defense was ridiculous, man. They were just on a path of destiny. We had some good teams during that time, but I just didn't think that we were really a Super Bowl caliber team. You look some of the teams that was that mid 90s, man. You're looking at San Francisco and Washington and the Raiders. It was just a big time doing that. So, but this team right now, though, this team is built to be success over the next couple of years. So, I mean, the Lions, I think they're the third lowest as far as what their ages of the team. They're 25 years. The average of 25 years of age. You look at the 25, the top 25 under 25. The Lions have like 4 or 5 guys on that list. So I'm loving what I'm seeing from the Detroit Lions right now. Hey, like the video, share the video, and comment definitely on the video. All of these things help us with this YouTube algorithm and get this Detroit Lions content to more fans like yourself. All right, so we got a couple more comments here. All right, Branch and Arnold with picks. I believe that, man. Brian Branch got close. He got close last game, definitely. I hope they have 56 sticker on their helmets. Oh, that would be nice. That would be a nice addition to the Lions uniform. All right, so quick question for the chat. Yeah, we got a couple minutes before we get out of here. What color pants should the Lions wear on Sunday? We already know that they're going to wear their traditional home blues because guess what? They practice all week in their silver helmets. So if they're practicing in the silver helmets, they're going to wear their blue uniforms at home. And the Tampa Bay has already released their white jerseys and pewter pants for Sunday. So what color pants do the Lions wear on Sunday? Just a little thing to go ahead and drop your prediction of what color pants the Lions will wear on Sunday. Will they go with the blueberries, or they bring out their traditional silver pants with the blue stripes? So let me know in the comments what you think. All right, William Schmidt says 27-10 Lions, of course. Hey, that's up. All right, Ennis Rexstraw slowly making more D appearances, and let's wear blue. So you're going with the blueberries. I like the blue. Some people were saying they don't like the blueberries, especially the new ones, because the new ones don't have stripes on them. But to me, I like the blueberries because they keep winning in them. So it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep wearing the blueberries. Blueberries for Blow Boo. All right, Britton DeWitt says the blueberries. I would go with the silver pants if they're wearing blue jerseys. Okay, all right. Throwback unis in honors of Joe. Nah, they would have had if they were wearing that because I know it's easier to just take the decals off, but they have to practice in their game helmets, and those throwback helmets are an additional helmet because they wear a what do you call that? They wear a different color face mask with those helmets. So all grays will have to have the gray face mask, and they will have to practice with the gray face mask. So they may do something. They probably do a tribute to them, but I don't think they're going to wear the throwbacks until Thanksgiving. All right, wear the bell bottom blues. Okay, bell bottom blues. Who could do? They're going to get called. They're going to call for camouflage in the end zone. Okay. I think they're going to go traditional this week. I think so too. I think it's going to be the silver pants. They're going to blue. I like the blueberries, but I think this week's going to be blue jerseys with the silver pants. And they wore in the regular season matchup against the Bucks last year, they wore the white jerseys with the traditional silver pants. Hey, it is 8:30, man. Hey, it's time to get you guys out of here and get you to work. But make sure you do me a quick favor and my other guys on the channel, man. Make sure you follow us on your favorite social media platforms. Let me move this so you can definitely see. Definitely, yeah. You got my man Wolverine, Coach Jones, man. He has a great YouTube channel, man. He does great shorts over there. You can follow me on X, Instagram. I post shorts and reels of our shows in those as well. And make sure you check out my man LL, man, especially on Thursdays over on his Instagram page, man. He get it on and popping, man. If you know what Thursdays is, man, you make sure you go check it out over there on his platforms, man. Hey, make sure you like the channel, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, because it's free. It's free. It's free $3.99 and 53 cents. I appreciate you guys joining me right here on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. Do your man Curt still a favor? Whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For myself, this is Curt Steele, and I will holler at you real soon.